Hi there YouTubers, Pet Prepper here, and this is just going to be a quick little video on how I organize my food storage. I've got this great pantry over here. There's 4 cupboards and all the doors have shelves in them, so I've got lots of space. And I've almost dedicated these just to food storage, but the stuff that's in this store, it's all spices that are open and we use on a regular basis. Okay, this stuff here we use on a regular basis, and I just cleaned these out. So I moved all the stuff that will expire in 2013 to the shelf, so my family knows they can touch anything in this door, anything on that shelf, and anything on that shelf. Anything else, you touch my stores and I break your face. So, okay, so up above the stuff that'll expire 2013, I've got overflow of the vacuum seal packages that I have. And down here are the rest of my vacuum sealed stuff. And what my plan is for this is to move everything into Mylar into 5-gallon buckets. So I'll take all the salt, put it in one 5-gallon bucket, Mylar it, all the sugar, all the beans, etc. So one of the things that I learned when I was a new prepper, especially because money's tight, you can't exactly afford to go buy 50 pounds of beans and then have nothing else. So somebody said just buy a little bit of what you can, a little bit of everything, and start storing it. And that's what I did. So I've got a whole lot, a little bit of everything down here. And I would like to get this into 5-gallon buckets so that I have more space in the cupboard. Not that I really need it, because as you see here, this is pretty sad looking. I've been pretty much living off of my food storage for the past few months because it's been really slow at work. And so here's how I organize it. Alright, so everything on that shelf will expire January, February, March, or April of 2014. And so the next shelf, you know, so on and so forth. And that way it's a lot easier to, you know, rotate your food. For me, anyhow. And these are all spices that I have stored that aren't opened yet. I need to get those sealed up. What I like to do with the spices is to actually vacuum seal them in the jar that they came in. That way you still have a jar to use after you open it, and you know what was in there, because sometimes I forget to write on things. So down here is a whole mess of stuff that I need to vacuum seal or Mylar or re-vacuum seal. And I'm going to do a video soon on vacuum sealing hints that I've learned, or I don't know, everybody's done one, but I don't know. I'm going to do it anyways. And down there is everything that will expire 2015 or 16, or, you know, it doesn't have an expiration date, really, like Reynolds Wrap, really. And so, like I said, I need to work on this. And when you're first starting out, like, I wanted 5-gallon buckets full of stuff really, really bad, but this is what I could do. And I have moved on to the 5-gallon buckets. I have rice and beans and sugar and salt and stuff like that that I've graduated to. And eventually I'll get there, just like the rest of us. So anyhow, I don't know if that made any sense to you at all, but if you've got the cupboard space, you know, it's a lot easier to do it this way. Then when 2014 comes along, I'll move all this stuff onto a shelf like that, or a couple shelves, and then put all the stuff that will expire 2015 in these 3 shelves. So hopefully I'll need a whole bunch more shelves by then. But this is just my little way of organizing, kinda, because I'm not very organized, so I'm pretty happy with it. Thanks for watching, Pet Prepper. Okay, so I decided, since I was showing you how I go about organizing that kind of stuff, I would show you how I organize my canned foods. And first of all, I have to say that this shelf, this great shelf, thanks to my sweet baby, he got this from a friend, and he cut it down so that it fit in my closet, and it works perfect because you can, unless they're quart jars or half gallon jars. You can fit 2 pint-size cases in here. Okay, so first of all, dehydrated foods, fruits and vegetables. I think it's better to dehydrate them and store them in vacuum seal bags. First of all, it's cheaper. A bag is cheaper than a jar. Second of all, you take up less space and it's lighter weight, especially if you're bugging out. However, if you're using something on a regular basis, like here I've got green beans and here's corn, I like to put them in jars because that way I can just open up the jar and re-vacuum seal it, and I'm not wasting a bag. So, let's see, what have I got here that I can make a good example? Okay, cheese. I like it the best when I can a whole case of something at one time, because if you end up with multiple items in one box, like I'll show you down here without making you dizzy, hopefully. Here I've got chicken, wild rice soup, venison, and ham. And every time I want something, I'll have to pull this box out and hope that I don't drop it, because that would be absolutely devastating. So if I can get a whole case of something done at one time, that just makes me a really happy girl. So, and this is actually the chicken that I raised and butchered and canned all by my little self ends. So, okay, and something else I wanted to show you about this, and I learned this from the pros, is that when you get a case of jars and you're cutting the plastic on it, just cut 3 sides of it. That way, the plastic stays intact on the box, and if this box leaks, the plastic that's underneath it will help protect whatever is below it. And you just lay this piece of plastic over the top of these jars so that anything you put on top of here, if a jar fails and product leaks out of it, it's going to help protect these jars. So that was just a really good tip that I learned, and I didn't exactly do that at first, as you can see, but I've been doing it since. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching, Pet Prepper.